James Roll. The valiant human knight and Grimbold, his steadfast dwarf companion, have rallied the support of humans, halflings, elves, dwarves, and half-orcs to fight against Dark Champion, Malgathar, and the dark forces in the Enchanted Forest. Joining them in this epic battle are Lara Brightwater, the human cleric, Tharok Bloodfury, the half-orc sorcerer, Lyra Windrunner, the elven ranger, and Tully Bramblefoot, the halfling rogue. James, his friends, and men attack together with Entry and Fairy, three sisters, block Malgathar and his personal force together.
As Sir James and his closest allies, Alara, Tharok, Lyra, and Tully lead their combined forces in a coordinated assault on the Shadow Legion's commanders. The battlefield erupts into chaos, with the support of the Entries and Fairies. They press their advantage, determined to eliminate Malgathar and his inner circle once and for all. As they charge forward, their weapons gleaming in the sunlight, they encounter fierce resistance from the elite guards surrounding Malgathar, but with the combined strength of their forces and the powerful magic of the Entries and Fairies at their disposal, they are more than a match for their foes. Meanwhile, the three sisters channel their formidable magic to block Malgathar and his personal force together, preventing them from coming to the aid of their comrades. Trapped behind the magical barrier, Malgathar can only watch helplessly as his army is decimated by Sir James and his allies. With each stroke of their swords and blast of their magic, James and his friends cut through the enemy ranks. Inching closer and closer to their ultimate goal, the Entries crash through the enemy lines, their massive limbs crushing everything in their path, while the Fairies rain down destruction from above.
Malgathar battled James and Grimbold. His panther battled Tharok and Lyra. Tharok faints. His second in command, what is his name, battled Tully and Alara.
As Malgathar, the Dark Lord of the Shadow Legion, engages Sir James and Grimbold in a fierce duel, the battlefield becomes a whirlwind of steel and magic. Their swords clash with resounding force, each blow sending sparks flying as they struggle for supremacy. Meanwhile, Malgathar's panther, a formidable creature of dark magic, lunges at Tharok and Lyra with claws and fangs bared. Tharok, weakened from the intensity of the battle, struggles to hold his ground, while Lyra fights with all her skill and agility to defend herself and her comrade. Unfortunately, Tharok's strength falters, and he faints from exhaustion, leaving Lyra to face the panther alone. With a swift and decisive strike, Lyra manages to fight off the beast, but not without sustaining injuries of her own. As the battle rages on, Malgathar's second in command, a fearsome warrior named Draven Darkbane, emerges from the chaos to confront Tully and Alara. With his dark blade flashing in the sunlight, Draven unleashes a barrage of attacks, his skill and ferocity matched only by the determination of his opponents. Tully and Alara fight valiantly, their weapons clashing against Draven's with a deafening din. Despite the odds stacked against them, they refuse to back down, their resolve unwavering as they press forward in their battle against the forces of darkness.
Lyra and the Dark Panther struggle on. Her arrow protrudes from the panther.
As Lyra and the Dark Panther continue their struggle, the tension on the battlefield reaches a fever pitch. With Tharok unconscious and unable to assist, Lyra fights with all her might, her bowstring taut as she looses arrow after arrow at the relentless beast. Despite the panther's ferocity and dark magic, Lyra's aim remains true, her arrows finding their mark with deadly accuracy. With each well-placed shot, she manages to wound the creature, causing it to roar in pain and frustration. The panther, sensing its own mortality, becomes increasingly desperate, its attacks growing more erratic as it tries to close the distance between itself and Lyra. But Lyra refuses to falter, her determination unyielding as she continues to rain arrows down upon her foe. Finally, with one last powerful shot, Lyra's arrow finds its mark, striking the panther with a deadly blow. The beast staggers, its dark form convulsing in agony before collapsing to the ground, defeated at last. Breathing heavily and clutching her bow tightly, Lyra watches as the Dark Panther takes its final breath, a sense of relief washing over her as the immediate threat is neutralized. But even as she takes a moment to catch her breath, she knows that the battle is far from over and that she must remain vigilant until the last enemy is vanquished.
This is the end of episode 10. Please come back for more adventures. Don't forget to subscribe.